Hello, Grand Rising. Blessing day. What a blessed day. Excuse me, hang on a second, please. Maybe. I'm hearing that song again. I love you just the way you are. I'm hearing. Don't go changing. Anyway. So real quick, I kind of wanted to, dang it. This is totally off subject, but I went to Walmart yesterday on my way back from getting my water jug that I left at the place that I went to the other evening. And I bought, I think it's Cameron's, because I like a light roast. And it's the only light roast they had, and it was rum and butterscotch. It's pretty tasty. So, a lot of things actually, but what I kind of wanted to talk about right now, I'm still waking up. It's not Folgers in my cup, it's Cameron's. Anyway. What was popping in my head was like, it's kind of fucked up that people can take other people's videos that they work for and re-upload them. I think that's kind of fucked up. And people stealing other people's shit. What about these? I don't know how any of this works, but I was just listening to somebody and they were talking about, voiceovers and stuff. And it brought to my attention somebody had emailed me and said something about I could do voiceovers or something. And I was like, didn't really know what he was talking about. I mean, I know voiceover says it all, right? But I wasn't putting two and two together as far as people stealing other people's shit and doing a voiceover and making it like theirs. And then I also noticed, like, if you click on something, you could put, don't recommend this channel or something. I don't know, I have to go back and look. And I just think the way that this is set up fucked up. People shouldn't be able to steal your shit. There ought to be a way. I don't know. I just think it's bullshit. And this whole don't recommend a thing. People can make fake accounts or whatever, how they do, right? And then just totally keep someone's channel from being seen. That's kind of fucked up. Don't you think? Because what if it's just haters? I don't know. I think if something needs to get out, it'll get out regardless. But I just wanted to bring that up. It's kind of jacked up. I don't know. I guess it's not too much of a worry for me. Although I'm sure that happens, but I'm not concerned about it. This isn't my only thing I work on. This is just a tool to get me to speak. And I put faith in that the people who need 444, who need to hear it, will hear it. Ta-da, But I kind of want to bring up something else. I was watching it. I didn't finish it. I don't think I did. No, that's not the name of the movie, The Quiet Ones. There's this other movie I watched. That was the one I started watching before I went to bed. The Quiet Ones, I think. But there was a movie on before that where a girl, I guess, was usually really kind and nice or whatever, and then ended up cutting her finger or something, and she went to the hospital, but there was a crow that came by, you know? And then she just started acting weird, causing accidents and just being fucked up, like almost tried to drown a baby, was speaking in another foreign language, in another language. And, it's called The not The Devil's Design, but The Devil's something. Anyway, it was the rise of the Antichrist. So she was in a coma and shit, and she came out, like, when they pulled the plug, she lived. Every now and then she would pop out and say something, help me, or whatever, run. But so this woman and this crow would come by, and every time the crow would come by, she would do her evil deeds or whatever. And it was interesting because right before it ended, she went from being a psychotic, person or whatever to healing people. All right? So then when it ended, she was like in a big auditorium, a big auditorium thing, like a like a football thing or something huge, right? Where they would, I don't know. Anyway, that's not the point. The point was, everybody was coming to see her to be healed, right? Almost to like worship in a way. And it was supposedly the Antichrist, being born, walking Earth again, in a human. I found it interesting because it's like she overcame all these attacks and all these, it was like one after another in the hospital, right? She hurt her finger, then a car accident that she caused, with the coma. And then something, then she was in the no, she wasn't in the psych ward, she was in for evaluation, the Sacred Heart thing or whatever. And then they portrayed her as like, she was portraying herself as like angelic almost, right? I just want to help people. Or whatever. And I was like, holy fuck. You know how movies a lot of times can be. Anyway. I was like, oh my gosh. Could that happen to one of us? We think we're one thing and end up being another thing. I mean, the Antichrist must have completely taken over, because before she would have moments of lucidity. It's like, who's running your human, It really brought some things to mind, and it's kind of interesting how they showed it, a woman being the Antichrist rather than a male figure that's in politics or whatever, But this was just a sweet, good-looking woman that was healing people miraculously. So, it's giving that a false prophet, that, the false Messiah thing or whatever. Is that supposed to come first or after? How do we know what's real and what isn't out of everything? You got to think about the agenda. The agenda is so big. Don't you think it's been planned out so well? Is this Bible true? People will say, I know it is because da-da-da-da-da. But how do you know that? How do we know the Emerald Tablets are true? How do we know anything we've been taught is true? Under this dome that we're in, under our control study group. Yeah, I talk about, discernment, and I get this and I get that, but how do we truly know? What if all of it's false? Then what? What sounds logically to me, what makes most sense, is feeling good, right? Being kind and loving. That feels good. But doing that, it seems like we sacrifice quite a bit, don't we? Could that be part of the fuckery? The sacrificing the pain. You had to go through so much pain because, you're chosen or whatever. That could all be a false narrative, huh? Couldn't it? It's highly plausible, is it not? This isn't the first time I've thought this way. I would stake my everything on the downloads and the things that I get. It feels so real. But it just goes to show you, and I believe it's also in the Bible, if you think about it, if the fallen angels, Lucifer or whatever, would know, 13:13, would know about the gospel better than any of us humans would. Don't you think? They came first, right? So how are we going to know what to do, who to follow? How do we know that reincarnation's really a thing? Then they would have to constantly make souls. Right? But is it truly a making of a soul? Or is it fragments from the source itself, which is what I kind of believe? I said this a while back. I just said it yesterday, I think, in a video, but a while back I spoke about that. God, Nick was still alive, so I think I talked to him about it. And I wrote it down, and I don't know how long ago it was. But it was like, it's foreign to its nature or something. I'll have to, when I get my notebooks and stuff, I'll have to see when I find that, and I'll have to show it to you guys, because I have it written down. It's like going through your awakening, and realizing that you're a soul, having a human experience, and it's foreign to its nature, like your soul coming into this human, and it's foreign to the soul's nature. So how will we know who's good and who's evil? Because the evil ones will be doing good works, the same as Jesus, right? The false Messiah or whatever. Oh, we found a new discovery. Oh, we found this old stuff. We found this old stuff. Let's change the narrative. It seems to point to aliens. Gods. Pretty scary stuff, huh? Where do we go from here? Can we believe anything of the Emerald Tablets? You know, all these I don't know. It's like with each creation era, whatever, it's like one city built on top of another. Where does all that come from? Soon, once this, our generation, so to speak, right, our era, right, I guess since the flood, the last earth cleansing, we're about to embark on another earth cleansing. It's going to be fire. The ground's going to open up. Fire's going to come out of it. There's going to be giants with big fucking swords. I only saw one. I'm not sure if that's symbolic or an actual thing. I don't know. Is there really a battle for our soul? You know, that shit got in my head, that movie. Because it brought me back to when I was a little girl and the devil saying, I'm going to come back for you. Somebody else saying, why does the dead follow you? Being marked by a demon. All the fuckery. My phone getting tapped, my accounts being, why? I'm a nobody. Do they try to change the narrative so we even question ourselves in what our purpose and soul is? You know? I would have to, you know, I guess it'd be kind of easy to rule out if we just said, well, I don't like to purposely go out and hurt people, which would be the opposite of what the demons would be, right? Because they want to hurt the host that they're in, because they could just bring it back to life. As it is in the movies, right? I just heard the great deception. Or are our souls just recycled over and over and over and over again? That means there couldn't be baby souls. It means they're, unless you're thinking in terms of they haven't really been in a human, then where have they been? And if the soul is a fragment from the source itself, then it's just been the source. So it's all knowing anyway. Then there wouldn't be old souls, this, that, and the other thing. I guess it would just be, how many times has your soul, your energy, been in a human over how many periods of time? Everything seems to contradict itself in one way or another. And this video I was listening to, and I want to go back and I want to, tell her thank you for saying that, because, she was talking about people resonating with readings and stuff and then putting all their information out there, all about their birth chart, 2222. And I was also going to say this, I don't know, because I get my information differently. But I would think that you wouldn't have to put a whole bunch of information if you wanted someone to do a card reading. Why would they need your birth date? So they could, because they're fucking fuckery, and they can look you up, and they can get bits and pieces, and fucking take your money and lie to you. You shouldn't have to. I guess I would, if I ever wanted to get a reading from somebody, it would have to be from somebody I didn't have to give any information, not even my name. Because a message should just come through, should it not? I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that. But don't give your information to everybody. I told my middle child, I said, he's was saying something, I said, just be careful on getting readings. He's like, oh, I wouldn't. And I'm like, well, just be careful with that. It's like, be careful who you let into your home and into your energy, into this, into that. They have to be invited, right? It seems to be a thing. A theme, I mean. Come in my house. Will you accept my gift? Will you accept my gift? No, just set it down. Maybe it's because of free will. It has to be offered and you have to accept. This is what my opinion, and what I think 2424 was, oh God, what am I dying? Is, damn it, it has left me. Elvis has left the building. Son of a bitch. Hold on. You know, I don't remember, so I'm just gonna freaking get so tight. This right here, that pulls these jowls down. Damn it, I can't remember, so I'm going to let you go. We'll be back in. Benny and the Jets. Now we'll be back in a little bit. I don't know. I guess to venture that. Oh, yeah. Anytime you're feeling pain, sorrow, jealousy, insecurities, or all that, I guess all things human, that would be part of the devil, wouldn't it? The devil or the fuckery or the dark or whatever. That's an earthly thing. It's called being human. So is the human the devil? Because we're sent down here, and we got to find our way back to the source. Reborn, that's another way of looking at it, huh? We're cast down to earth. Fallen angels trying to make our way back to the heavens. Because they're here on earth, right? You know, in Job, isn't Lucifer, morning star, goes walking, God's sitting on the throne. Is God really on a throne? Think about that. No. Who is that? Who's sitting on the throne, actually? Aha. What are you doing, Lucifer? Oh, walking to and fro on earth. Before the fall? Come on. Contradicting shit. Why does nobody see this? I love you guys. Peace. Oh, by the way, my name's Sirena. Have a blessed day. And I know my crochet hook, right? I'm making my long... What is it called? Lake warmer, motherfuckers. Yeah, I gotta start making something else before you know it. Christmas is gonna be here. And I gotta have that shit done by the 24th. I absolutely love the F out of you guys. Thank you for being here. I did do that card reading on my other channel, Sirena. Look at my community tab. I think I shared a link on there, but you know, it gets fucked up how they set things up. People that don't like you can get all their people, and they can make up a bunch of different accounts, and they can go on a bunch of different, they can even go on other people's shit. Pull up one of your videos and put don't recommend, and that's kind of fucked up. People could do voiceovers. People could remix and reshare your shit. That's fucked up. Not only that, we have AI that's making videos, who's making tons of money on that? Especially if it's a different voice and you don't see their face at all. I was watching this lady, or this channel, and it didn't seem right. I couldn't hear her cards or anything, but she was talking. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. That's probably someone stealing someone else's shit and doing a voiceover. I don't know, man. Just be careful where you give your energy. Don't give out too much information. If people want a bunch of information from you, don't fucking do it. Or do it and pay the consequences. You know, if you're watching people and all they talk about is your ex, and all they talk about is somebody doing black magic and someone doing this, if all they talk about is fuckery, like you really need to know that, that's not speaking life over you. That's keeping you stuck, trapped in a one way of thinking, and your whole day being like that. If you watch it in the morning or you watch it at night before you go to bed, even worse. So just be mindful and be love.